All right, I am live. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mundane Matt here. Let me just adjust that camera. Back on the good old iPhone 6. Should have a better microphone this time. You guys should be able to hear me a bit better. Sorry, Gundoge, you are not first. Comic Exchange was first. Prosperity late stream. It's 9:49. I'm on the West Coast. You know what they say? West Coast, best coast. Thank you. I am a gorgeous fuck. I do try. It's hard sometimes. It's hard to be me and to look this pretty, kind of. I mean, maybe not so much. Let's be fair here. All right, we're going to. Let me just make sure I can share this out there a little bit. I could remember how to do all this crap. Okay, where is this? Get the chat opened up in a window. Do I have a okay? Oh yeah, Mitzi, it's a Fernie pad. I don't have my new my blinds. I ordered custom blinds for my place, and so I'm waiting for them to currently, well, get here. It's taken a fair amount of time. All right, we're gonna just live streaming it up. Come on in and say hello. All right. It's already been posted to Twitter, posted over to Facebook. All right. So let's get the chat going. There we go. I can now see everything, but we're going to look at the chat here so then I can make people mods if necessary. So that will be good on that one. What's going on, Jeebus? How are you? I was busy posting today. Yes, I was very busy posting today. Finally got my desk hooked up, my office kind of put together, and I will be able to get back to work. Like last night, I did a tester of the Mundane Matt show. I don't know how many of you guys saw that. Actually, if you did see that, let me know in the comments because I do want to know what you guys think of it. I have more stories lined up for tomorrow. I was going to record that tonight after doing this. And so I liked doing it quite a bit, actually. I thought that it worked. And I actually did it all in one take using OBS, believe it or not. I used OBS and I just pre-built it ahead of time and then did that way. And I think it worked out. I think it worked out pretty well. So some people, aren't a fan of the title of the Mundane Matt Show, but it kind of goes back to like, this is still the channel, right? And if I'm going to be covering movie only stuff, I might as well still have something that, is going to kind of be reminiscent of that. So it's a work in progress. These things are going to take some time. But hopefully it's going to sort itself out in a way that's going to be beneficial for not only me, but people who want to watch. So as soon as I'm able to get the rest of the office situated, I'll probably go back to using the camera. I don't have the lights in here right now. Still trying to figure out how I'm going to mount them. So that's the thing. And then I got to put up the artwork back there, as well as setting up live stream times. I gotta lock down a schedule for that. But now I'm here. Now it's all good, and now we can start working on everything. Just out of curiosity, you guys, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay, correct? Like you guys can hear me all right? Kuko Mariah says, should you turn off that pesky ad block? The answer is yes, absolutely. So, Nab, I'm saying Matt Jarbo over Mundane Matt, because I think it's time, to be honest with you. I think that it's kind of like that's the moniker. That's what I'm known as. I will never, ever get away from that name, no matter what I do. I could change my name to Pendejo Jones, and it would still be like Pendejo, parentheses, Mundane Matt Jones. Like, it would follow me until the end of fucking time. It's going to probably be on my goddamn tombstone, wherever that might be. And so as a result of that, I thought it would be good to start going by my real name. You know, I have plans for the future when it comes to movie commentary and things like that, and I'm ready to kind of move past just calling myself Mundane Matt. At this point, my face and my name are out there. I might as well just be me. So there's that. Pendejo Jones. So, what do you mean? Kraut ruined it? Too mundane? What are you talking about? So say the 14 words. I'm not saying the 14 words, Syrup. Sorry, Carrot. I'm sorry streaming when you're out with a friend. You guys might want to watch together. Could be good. Could be educational. Could be funny. I got no idea. So you'd go with Matt, female Ghostbusters Jarbo. Lord knows I covered that more than probably anything else last year. So am I on PC today? No, I'm actually on my iPhone 6. So, but my PC is right here, so I can read the comments right here and everything. So there's that. Hey, what's going on, Ricardo? How are you, man? So apparently I found out that my neighbor is a bit of a Trump supporter and probably a bit of a creeper. My girlfriend met him the other day, and she told him what I do for a living, and she's like, "Oh, he does news commentary," and he goes like, "Oh, does he cover that fake news?" And I'm just like, "Oh God." Okay, so if I ever meet this dude, I probably will meet this guy eventually. That might come up, and then I'm gonna have to like decide in that moment in time: do I want to try to get along with this guy, or do I want to try and prove him wrong? But another neighbor came by today, and she introduced herself, and she was telling me, she was like, "Yeah, watch out for that guy. He only talks to me when my husband isn't around or isn't home." And she's like, he gives off a bit of a creeper vibe. So it's like, great, I got to deal with that. And I found out that my house was previously inhabited by hobos, because this place sat for like a couple years without being touched. Like, the people had moved out, and then it sat vacant for numerous years. And because of how removed it is from everything, we ended up getting a lot of hobos coming in, apparently. And then, of course, now that there's a light on, it kind of scares them away. But this is a bit far removed for homeless people to come out this way. If anything, I would argue that probably local teenagers knew that the place wasn't lived in, and so they probably were like, well, we'll go out there and hang out. Like, that's what I think happened. But there was a weird thing we noticed before moving in, is that we don't have a mailbox. And the first thing that the neighbor lady said to me today was, "Oh, your mailbox is there. It's just in the bushes." So I went out looking for it, and I found it, and it's a good like 10, 12 feet back from the road. And it was raining. I didn't have my boots on. And so I have to go back and try to like pull out the mailbox at the same time, try to figure out how to then reinstall the mailbox. So there's that. That's going to be the fun thing. Wait, hold on. Ace Attorney, Weird Wild, what the fake news? Oh yeah. I could do that. I could do that as a thing. Oh, hey, what's up, Jack? It's time for the mundane minute with some dank puns. Yeah, if I was good at puns. I mean, puns aren't puns like the original memes, right? Aren't they like the original memes? I don't quite know puns at the top of my fucking head right now, so I'm still working on that. Oh, I need to start a journal, Nathan. Journal day 148 in exile. I saw a squirrel. I haven't seen squirrels yet, but the neighbor lady did tell me that there are bears that apparently come through here, and not the San Franciscan kind, as well as a cougar that lives nearby and apparently has killed a dog. So I have to watch out for my cats. There are eagles nearby that apparently have been known to take out small animals. Again, I need to watch out for my cats. And I feel like everywhere I'm living right now, or where I'm living right now, essentially is very much like Australia. And what I mean by that is everything that's not you wants to kill you. So there's that. So yeah, there's lots of crazy shit out here. It's the woods. Like I said, it's literally the woods. Wilfrey, am I living in the forest? Yes, the answer is I'm living. I am living in the woods. Let me just mute my thing there. So yeah, I'm living right alongside a forest. My road's a dead end road. I have very few neighbors. There's lots of wetlands and lots of acreage. And apparently, like just like a little bit ago, a baby deer was hit by a car. Like a little fawn was hit by a car. Like people out here, they don't pay attention. They just drive and shit. And so very much, it's going to be an interesting experience nonetheless. So, have I ever read a really long book, as in 1,000+ pages? No. I've read long books, but never 1,000+ pages. I mean, I don't know. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, so I don't know. I mean, the Wheel of Time series was like 36 hours for one book, so that's some time investment right there. So, hey, what's going on, the Nuggets? Jessica Houston, no, I no longer live in Oregon. I've moved up to Washington. So that's currently where I'm at right now. And it's nice here. I mean, getting used to sales tax again is going to be different. But then again, there's no income tax. So I'd rather be charged for the money I spend versus the money I earn. However, today, this is cool. As a bit of a housewarming gift for us, let me just take this thing off here. We decided to get ourselves Planet Earth 2 on Blu-ray. They had it on sale. And I don't know about you, but I'm like excited as fuck to watch it because I really enjoyed the first one. And so like that's the nice thing is I can there's no one here. I can literally turn on my sound system and crank it as loud as I want. And no one will pound on my door like, you're being too loud. I'm pretty sure the neighbors could fuck with the windows open and no one would hear it. The only crazy thing the other day, was like I said, the gunshots. The lady from today, the neighbor from today, her son is the person who likes to fire the gunshots. And as a result of that, I brought it up randomly. I knew that it was her kid who did it, but I didn't want to like come out and like be that guy. I was just like, so what do you know about gunshots? And she kind of went like, oh, yeah, that's my son. He has a target back behind the house and he shoots at the target. He was shooting at the swamp when the swamp divides our property. And then she's like, well, now that you guys are living here, he's not shooting at the swamp anymore. And I'm like, I appreciate that. Thank you. So I'm just trying to like figure out like when they're going to be opening fire because it's a little bit, gunshots from a 22 don't really bother me, but the fact that it can happen at any time is a little uneasy. And so, hold on, there was a super chat. Let's see, where is the super chat? Hold on, someone posted something. Dicks for fingers or fingers for a dick and why? Well, the internet scum, probably dicks for fingers. I mean, if it's like a sausage thing flopping around, it could be a little bit hard to pick anything up. But in the meantime, if you got dicks for fingers, then, would you have, or could you orgasm from each finger? Is that a possibility? Could I be like, man, I'm like just really bored right now, and you're like, okay, and you're just like, you're milking your fingers. Is like that a possibility? But then again, if you have dicks for fingers on this side, you're like wrapping dicks around. And if it's meant to be like an erect penis, then it's clearly going to have issues because dicks don't bend that way. And when they do, it's painful. But fingers for dicks, you'd have a finger for a dick. That is, unless you had a hand protruding from your pelvis, very much like, Zoidberg's mouth and shit. I don't know, to be honest with you. That's an odd one. Am I protesting Shea Moisture? Oh God, that guy T. I don't know what's going on with that. I saw something on Twitter. Let me take a look. What's happening? Okay. Well, there was something up on my trends, but I don't see it anymore. So I guess not. I guess I don't care as much as I should. Star Trek is officially dead. Star Trek's not officially dead. Star Trek will never die. So, hey, what's going on, Jeeves? How are you? Will France leave the EU or NATO? If Marie Le Pen wins, probably. If Marie Le Pen wins, definitely the EU. NATO, no, probably not NATO, but definitely the EU. And honestly, I think Marie Le Pen is going to win. I know Macron is slightly in the lead, but leading into the runoff, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to Marie Le Pen. It just feels like that's what's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. I don't want her to win, be honest with you. I've listened to a lot of her rhetoric, and it's like not a fan. But I think the people of France right now are very much wanting some nationalism, and I think that's going to come back in a pretty heavy way in terms of voting. People wanted that here in the United States as well, but unfortunately, the candidate they chose is an orange-tanned buffoon who in 100 days has accomplished nothing outside of a fucking Supreme Court nomination that had no chance of not being confirmed. So there's that. A French Hitler. I don't think she's a French Hitler. I think that, like, I don't think anyone at this point in time in the modern world is going to commit genocide. I would argue that probably the most you're going to see is like just mass deportation, you know, like we're talking fucking walking through the streets, house by house, grabbing people, deporting them. Like that's the worst it will probably get. But definitely not like, you know, no Armenian genocide, no Holocaust, nothing like that. Well, okay, this is, this, whatever. Just because Star Trek Beyond didn't perform very well doesn't mean Star Trek is dead. This iteration of Star Trek might be dead. Zachary Quinto said he's unsure if the fourth one's going to happen. We know that before Star Trek Beyond came out, Paramount is a company you're thinking of. Paramount announced Star Trek 4 with some weird time travel twist, very similar to fucking Star Trek 4, where Kirk goes and meets his father. I'm game. But Beyond didn't do as well as it could have, unfortunately. But no, Star Trek is not dead. If Star Trek Discovery doesn't do very well, then I would say that they're probably going to keep Star Trek going. But what they honestly, though, the whole situation involving the fan film scenario, they've really kind of screwed themselves with that shit. And hopefully they'll come to their senses soon enough. So Matt is an Americant. Gas the weebs. Let's see. Yeah, Beyond was a good movie. I finally saw Star Trek Beyond a few months ago, and I really liked it. I thought it felt very much like an episode of the show, like a longer version of the episode, and I liked the story, and I really enjoyed everything about it. I thought it was well done. I thought it was better than Into Darkness, which I liked, but clearly I understand why a lot of people didn't enjoy it. But I enjoyed Into Darkness. But I thought Justin Lin did a really good job with Star Trek. Not enough to where I'd want to see Justin Lin come back for like another entry. If you want my honest opinion, like, the dude who did Doug Liman. Doug Liman, I think, would be fantastic for Star Trek. I think he would get it, like from a science fiction perspective. He would be able to add the fantastical elements while still maintaining some level of grounding. I mean, I would say probably like, the reason why I say that is because in 2014, Edge of Tomorrow was one of my top films of the year and one of the best sci-fi films I've seen in a long goddamn time. So I'm thinking that one. Hey, what's going on, Unknown Signal? How are you? Let's see. Why not hire fan film people? If they're passionate about Trek, they will do good work. Yeah, they'll do good work, and they are passionate about Trek, but there's legalities with that, right? It's kind of like one of the reasons why there were why Disney canned the EU for Star Wars. It's not that they didn't own the rights to it, but it can become problematic in terms of legalities down the road. And so it's one of the reasons why they're kind of picking and choosing what can come in. The fact that they brought in Thrawn for Rebels is fucking great. Just hire RLM. No, RLM is too fucking cynical to make a movie. It's one of the reasons why I don't watch RLM. I've unsubscribed from their channel. It's not that I hate them or I'm mad at them. I just am, honest to God, not liking the constant negativity surrounding everything that they do. And that's one of the, I don't watch a lot of channels that cover pop culture from a truly just negative standpoint, because I don't think that adds anything to the discussion. You can criticize something, sure, don't get me wrong, criticize anything you want, but it's when you start just blatantly hating on it that it just becomes a pain in the ass. Let's see. God Emperor says, I heard some people are having better turnout from ads now. They are improving for you. It depends, God Emperor. I've been out of commission for the majority of the week, right? I posted a couple videos here and there. The two I did about my channel update and the Avengers thing actually did a lot better than practically anything else, right? Like, anything super political is just not, there's just no ads popping on it. And I don't know what the criteria is. So part of me is thinking I have to curb the swearing, which is fine. I have no problem doing that. I don't, like when I do these streams, I do them to have fun. They don't make any money. The only money that comes in is basically through Super Chat, which I'm not going to lie, at this point, Super Chat is pretty much like, it's over 1/3 of my income at this point, which is both interesting from just a business perspective and sad at the same time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm super fucking appreciative, but it's literally like, it's become that. And so hopefully it will get better at the end of this week when I'm doing more daily content and the daily content returns and we're getting the few movie news videos, which are not, I mean, it's going to take a little bit of time for those to kind of perk back up in terms of view counts. But the Mundane Match Show did fairly well. I mean, for a 22-minute video that covered 5 stories, it's done over 5,000 views, which is not bad. I was expecting a little bit worse, to be honest with you. So if those can start to pick up more and build up more and everything else, then I think we're going to be doing okay. Again, it's who knows? I was looking actually for part-time work today. I went to the mall for a while. I talked to one girl at the Drunken Peasants meetup the other night who works for a car dealership here in town, and because she was from here, and she was like, if you're looking for work, you could, we could hire Tire Lube Express people. And I'm just like, I don't even do my own fucking oil changes. How do you expect me to do Tire Lube Express? But it's very nice of her to offer, and it might come up. She said she'd put in a good word for me too, which I thought was like, okay. And then she just looks at me and she says, we don't drug test. And I'm all, granted, we're at a Drunken Peasants meetup, and so people there were smoking mass amounts of pan. It's also legal in Portland. So, what do I think of the overrated beer from Oregon? I don't know. I don't drink beer. I would have, Cypher says, I would rather have, or I would have YouTube as a hobby instead of a job. You could easily make it a job. It's just requires certain things. And right now, while the ads are being reworked out, because there are going to be negotiations for contracts, like that is going to be a thing. Like the agreements are going to be renegotiated, and for a while it might be pretty bad, only because advertisers now have a lot more say in which videos their content appears on, and that is going to be something that is going to be very interesting as time goes on to see if that becomes more restricted or it laxes up. And I think because of how many eyeballs are out there and how many people are watching this content, that it will loosen itself after a while. But it's going to be, these guys right now are kind of like doing a show of force in order to make themselves, I don't know, like a dick measuring contest is the best way I can describe it. Okay, hold on. And all right. There we go. Finally added Bogsy as a mod. So there's that. Let me just get myself my drink here. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me grab one thing else. I want to show you guys something I got today. All right, so I posted this on Twitter. It's a Fast and Furious Dom's Ice Charger toy. This came for me in the mail today. This actually came from IMAX. They hit me up a few days ago and they were like, so we see that you were talking about Fast and Furious. Would you like to go see an IMAX movie? And I'm all like, yeah, sure. And they're like, here, we're going to send you something. And they sent me the Wolverine claws last month. So I'm like, keep sending me shit. fucking Alien Covenant's coming up, man. Fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Oh, got no problem, you know. So they just sent me that and everything. It's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, I got the claws. Did I ever show you guys the claws? Did I ever show you guys? Hold on. Let me... Let's pick it up right here. So here are the Wolverine claws that I got. I haven't put them on the wall yet. As you can see, there's nothing on the walls. But yeah, these are the claws. And they're pretty cool. So, and just because, little Buddha Homer. I'm not even Buddhist, but I love me some Homer Simpson. Okay. Readjust that shit. All right. I stole Logan's claws. No, they were given to me. They were given. Remember when I sucked your dick in Atlanta? Syrup, I went to Atlanta 13 years ago. Well, about 12 and a half years ago. I was there for about 2 hours. So if you sucked my dick when I was in Atlanta, I don't remember, which is really just a testament to how poorly you sucked dick. And so I hope in the subsequent decade plus, you've gotten better. So, 2 hours seems long. Yeah. Well, what it was is my buddy was in the army, and it was his first tour in Iraq, and so he had just gotten back after 4 months of being deployed, and he wanted to drive from Atlanta to San Diego for Christmas, and so he's like, "Hey, man, if you fly out here, we'll drive back." And then I'm like, "I have no money." And he goes, "Well, I'll fly you out here." And I'm all like, done. So he flew me from San Diego to Atlanta. We hopped in his car and we drove back, stopping off in Texas for a couple days, and playing the fuck out of Halo 2, as well as going to probably the most interesting strip club I've been to ever. It was a bring your own beer strip club. How crazy is that? Bring your own beer, right? And they had like no back rooms for dances. It was like all the couches were around the back. And at one point, my friend literally got a hand job, and I know this because we saw it happen, right? Like, again, this girl is sitting on like the couch in the back of the club on my friend, hand down his pants, going to town in just plain view of everybody. And I'm just going like, damn, how much money did he spend? He spent a lot of money on her, to be fair. He had been getting dances from her all night, and I'm pretty sure he tipped her a fair amount. However, he did not confirm or deny that. But when we got on the road to take off right after that, he was in a pretty good mood. We're driving through West Texas, racing tumbleweeds, doing 90 miles an hour in his Ford Ranger. And he's just like, "I got a hand job. I got a hand job." He's like, "What about you? What'd you get, Matt?" I'm like, I had no fucking money. I got one dance. A stripper's not gonna tug me out for a $10 blue light special. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Yeah, well, you could have like asked me for money." I'm like, "Why? No, why? If we're gonna do that, let's go to Las Vegas. Let's go to Vegas. We're gonna cruise by it, right? We're gonna hop into Arizona. Why don't we just cruise up to Vegas? If you're gonna blow the money, blow it on something good." I'm pretty sure the HJ, though, cost him far less than what Vegas would have cost him, because he has gone to Vegas and he has blown lots of money at strip clubs. And I've gotten phone calls from him when he was like at the stripper's house trying to be quiet as to not wake up her child. My friend has very little shame. Surprisingly, though, and this is to his benefit, a couple years later, he was being deployed to Germany. He was going to be teaching at a base out there in Germany, and he had met a girl, I want to say in Romania, or one of the countries around Romania, and met her right around that time through some online dating. They are now married, and they have 3 kids. And I haven't seen him since 2009. So there's that. But I mean, I'm just saying, you can go from getting a handy from a stripper in a strip club in Dallas, Texas, to marrying your online girlfriend from Eastern Europe and everything else. So I mean, hey, he's happy. Confirmed. I'm somehow semi-related to V. No, I'm not semi-related to V. Yes, the Cow Lord. I have some weird stories. I have some weird stories. Tony, your girlfriend's from Canada. That's awesome. I guess I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, people from Canada are cool. I'm cool with people from Canada, no problems. Zombie Steve, yes, I'm weird, definitely weird. That is for true. What are my thoughts on Daddy 05? Daddy 05 hired a fucking PR company, man. Like, that's how you know that they fucked up. They hired a PR company, and that was confirmed by the media. So they got a PR person and publicist coming in to clean up their image. Clearly, the vest over a button-up shirt with fucking short sleeves and Miss Sunday clothes over here, church best and whatever, doing with her professionally done hair and makeup. Although, I mean, I wouldn't say professional. Maybe for like their neck of the woods professional, but up there with crocodile tears coming down and being like, "We fucked up." Yeah, you fucked up, but you're sad that you got caught. Not that you fucked up your kids. You're sad that you got fucking caught. And I'm very interested to see what happens next. I really want to see what happens with the police. If the police are going to investigate, if CPS is going to come in, it's probably going to end up with them shutting down their channel in terms of pranks, or keeping Cody out entirely, which I think would be for the best. But the downside to it is, if they keep Cody out, that abuse is just going to transfer to the next kid that gives them the best reaction. And so at this point, if I were one of Daddy 05's kids, I would be like really playing the game to be like, who can just not react, right? It's like people, if you spank your child and your child is all over the top trying to get you to stop, a lot of times people don't stop. But if the child is like not reacting to it, then they feel like the child is either taking it or just it's whatever, and the most time they stop. So I'm definitely concerned for the well-being of all the kids in that fucking household, and I think it'd be good to see them all essentially get out of there. But I don't know what we're gonna get. Wait. Maryland has a law that says you can beat your children as hard as you want as long as you don't sexually abuse them. Seriously? You can wallop on your child as hard as you want, provided you don't beat them with an erect penis? Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, what's going on, Rockin' the Blade? I'm doing pretty good. Feeling pretty good about the channel. I mean, the YouTube apocalypse sucks, but feeling pretty good about things right now. I liked the Mundane Match show. I liked how that worked out. I liked doing the videos today. Although the movie news today was kind of slow. So, there's other stuff that I could have talked about. Again, it's kind of like weighing what you talk about in that regard. But then again, it's kind of like, whatever. Snackster says, Matt, save Bill Nye from the SJWs. Bill Nye is... I don't know what the fuck is happening with Bill Nye. I really wish I did. I really wish I knew what was happening with Bill Nye. It'd make things a lot easier. But that video, fuck, dude, that fucking Rachel Bloom video about gender and sex and oh god, what are they doing? You know what that is though? That's fucking pressure from the people. Hold on, I gotta get a fucking screenshot of that. There we go. Okay, sorry. James Kelly just did a super chat for $2 saying I suck, and I wanted to make sure I got it on. I got a screenshot of it. You get a lot of abuse being a YouTuber. Like I did the video, the other stream from the other night where I was all like, write that in the thumbnail. Someone literally like wrote in the comments on that thing, like I'm some alt-right trash and he'd beat my ass in real life. And I'm going like, you do realize I wanted Bernie Sanders to win. what in the fuck is going on? But yeah, that whole situation with Bill Nye and Rachel Bloom, you can tell that's because the Science March was completely taken over by identity politics, which we saw coming, and that's so sad. It's so sad that people who are asking for fact-based science to be given, credence over fucking op-eds about climate change written by people who have ties to big energy. You know what I mean? Like that shit is apparently frowned upon, which is unfortunate, but that's also part of the world we live in. Toothless 420 says, we berate you because we love you. Thanks, Daddy05. Saying Matt sucks is like saying Primus sucks is actually a compliment. I don't know if I'd go that far. Have I any children? Mila Larson. I do not have children. I, in fact, have cats. Those are my kids right now. So, there we go. What do I think of Tobiscus today? Did he do anything new? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to what Tobiscus has been up to. Did he get accused of sexual assault by somebody else? Because that seems like it'd be relatively accurate. So, do I want kids? I mean, like, for the longest time, no. But then, like, I got a nephew, and I spent some time with my nephew, and it's just kind of like, maybe that kicks in a little bit. So, I don't know. I'm living in a place now that can support a family. If the ads can go back, then I can support a family, and that's something worth contemplating, legacy for one, propagation of our species, right? Our lineage, that's one of our primary functions just in life, is to spread our seed. And Lord knows I've deposited many seeds in trash cans around this country, but the point remains, still all about spreading the seed. So, Nathan, I kind of mentioned this earlier, opinion on Red Letter Media, not a giant fan. I don't like the cynicism, the constant cynicism. It's just not what I want in terms of all that jazz. So it's not what I care about. Oh yeah, someone mentioned earlier San Diego Superchargers. Yeah, that's my charger chair. I don't care about the chargers, but that thing is like $30 at Costco, and I found it in a parking lot, and I kept it, and it's comfy. So let's call Matt Daddy. No. You know what? Foul Kesbrian. Who knows? A brood could happen. I could become the patriarch of my family and lead us to the promised land. Even I don't believe that. Would I cut my cock off for $22 million? No. I'm okay with that. Bill O'Reilly is gone from Fox, and you couldn't be happier. Bill O'Reilly is gone from Fox, but he has a podcast now, which was pretty much going to happen, except now he has to teach his audience how to download podcasts, and good fucking luck with that. But those 4 million nightly viewers, they are really not happy with Fox, and there's been boycotts, and so I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Bill O'Reilly comes back. Give it a little bit of time. Brian Williams came back after being caught lying about being in a helicopter that took gunfire. He was back, and now he's got his own show back, and he's not even like, well, he's not the top dog of MSNBC anymore. He's the dude that covers all the breaking news and shit. So he's clearly out there all the time. So unicorn fraps were weird. You know what? Like, I thought about going and getting one just to say I tried it, but then I looked at like the calorie count, and I'm going like, I'm already fat enough. I don't need that in my life right now. So let's see. Will Hannity ever fuck up, or he's too much of an ass kisser? Hannity's not that kind of fuck up. Like, Hannity's not the kind of person who's going to be walking around grabbing the pussy. Okay, Hannity's the kind of person who, once he dies, we're going to find the bodies in the crawl space. Like, that is what's going to happen with Hannity. There is some deep, dark, secret in his life that is probably so morally reprehensible that he has spent millions of dollars covering it up. And if I had to guess what it was, it's probably not bodies in the crawl space. It's probably an illegitimate biracial child. Tucker Carlson has the best show on Fox News. I don't know. I don't know if he does. I mean, I've heard him before, and I don't dislike Tucker. I think Tucker is definitely more of a moderate. I mean, moderate to the right, but, you know, definitely more moderate than anything else. But in the meantime, it's still not my thing. You know, I'm still not going to listen to it very often. You can't cuck the tuck. Except for the time they brought on a guy from Sweden who claimed to be part of the national security of Sweden and actually wasn't. Tuck was cucked then. Rockin' the Blade. Yeah, I tell you what, tweet me your link and I'll check it out because I'm not going to remember. I'm sorry. It's nothing against you. I'm just not going to remember. You want me to live stream meeting my neighbor if possible? We'll see if I can. I may not do it through YouTube, but maybe through like Periscope or something. So there's that. Let's see. Shep Smith is a closet case. Maybe. I got no idea. Steam beams can't melt gel. Okay. Why am I on the husky side? Genetics and poor diet. There's that, and I don't exercise as much as I probably should. Sadly, I had to leave my gym down in Portland, and they didn't have a branch up here. There is a 24-hour fitness, but I have to do like a $400 investment to get 2 years. And I'm like, let me cover the costs, you know, from moving, and let me hope that the whole YouTube thing picks back up, and then maybe I can afford it. So, and for right now, it's like my credit card is maxed out because of the move. So I'm like, I'm just not worried about it. Do yoga. You know, I should do yoga. I've been kind of smoking pot as a way to mentally escape. I should probably just do stretching. That could help out. DDP yoga is actually very effective. You know what? I know Boogie's on that, but I haven't looked into what it is yet. So you go to a steel yard and start lifting. Who am I, Mr. Incredible? Mundane Matt is only going to do yoga so he can look at young girls' asses. Like, you think that young girls, the women who go to yoga don't wear yoga pants outside of yoga class? I mean, come on. I don't need to go to a yoga class. I could just sit outside a yoga class. Okay, here's the thing. Here's my complaint about yoga pants and things like that. Don't get me wrong. They're good. But when you've got like yoga pants or like the tight pants, whatever, that have like juicy or pink sprawled across the ass of these type of pants that are being worn by like 12-year-old girls, I find that to be just fucking wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I am not a fan of that. Period. Not a fan of that. But, you know, and then parents still let their daughters wear it. So what are you going to do? So how to lose weight, get a machete, chop a limb off. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Yoga pants are for basic bitches. Great. No, seriously, go and check out a fucking, like a 12-year-old soccer tournament or volleyball tournament, or just 12-year-olds at the mall. They wear this kind of shit, and it's like, stop it, you know. Graydon Brummett says, I missed the grill from your no internet stream. Also, when we get into Patreon streams, yeah, it's true. Graydon, the Patreon stream will be later on this week. I just need to announce when that is. Now that I'm good in here, I'm probably going to do it Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm going to announce that tomorrow and get that set up and everything else. So that will be fine. We'll do that. But thank you. That will be coming. So I'm saying I don't like 12-year-old ass. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of 12-year-old ass. Tony Pestilano says, Matt likes camel toe. Not a huge camel toe fan. Not a huge fan of the front butt. You know what I mean? It's like camel toe just looks like... Camel toe to me just looks awkward. It's one of those things where it's like, you're like, oh man, that's the outline of her vagina. You know, and then you're just like how do you... It just looks awkward to me. So there's that. So, am I a fan of nerdy girls? Yes and no. I'm a fan if they're legitimately nerdy. But living in LA and the whole fake geek chic nonsense that went on for a long time gets really fucking old. Don't get me wrong. There are people out there who are like women who are attractive, who are definitely geeks and everything. But there are also women out there who are attractive, who are very much not geeks and do it for attention. And I can't stand those types. It's one of the reasons why I have trouble following anyone who does cosplay. I know there's a lot of work that goes into cosplay, but like many people that I've met aren't even really geeks. They just like doing costumes, and it's like what's fashionable right now. So it's kind of one of those things. But no, nerdy girls, like I've noticed a lot of girls like at conventions and stuff that are just straight up wanting to geek out like everybody else, which is fucking cool. And then you've also seen the ones that are like, if they're even remotely cute, it's like fishing with dynamite. They can just like literally just toss dynamite out and bring it all in, and they're just, it's not even fair, to be honest with you. It's not even fair. Let's see, big tits or big ass? Probably on the booty side of things. Do you think we'll ever get a Ghostbusters 3? No. I think we might get a Ghostbusters crossover. I think the Ghostbusters comic book that's out right now is that I haven't read, that I need to read, is very much a what sort of one to use here? It's very much I think a tester to see how that would work amongst the fans. And if received well, Sony might go, well, let's just bridge the gap and bring them together. But granted, no Bill Murray, and no Harold Ramis, but Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson might pop up. Probably only Dan Aykroyd though. Would I ever buy a gun? Well, I own a gun. I didn't buy it; it was given to me. But yeah, I would buy a gun. I have nothing against guns. Oh, and Cowlord89, you say you feel like I'm the gatekeeper to the weird side of YouTube. What do you mean by that? Can you explain, please? So, good night, Joseph Stalin. Thanks for coming in. Just saying that out loud. All right, Life Rotol. You going off to bed and maybe a wank? Yeah, go wank out, bro. Go wank out. Would I ever create a mystery van and solve mysteries? Yes, I totally would. Travel the country with my closest compadres, solving mysteries, and getting high. No, I would totally do that. It'd be a lot of fun. It'd be pretty good. Riley Turner says, Matt, you've helped me with a difficult time in my life. I just want to genuinely say thank you. No, thank you for watching. I'm glad that you find some enjoyment in this, and that's awesome that I can help out. It's so weird. Like, I don't know how to respond to that in like the most like heartfelt way. Like, I really am appreciative of that comment, and it means a lot to me. It's one of those things where it's like, those comments are like so awesome to hear, especially when it's like you get comments like, oh, you fat stupid fuck. And someone like, prints out a picture of my Twitter avatar, jerks off on it, takes a picture of it, sends it back to me. It can get demoralizing at times. So thank you, Riley, very much for that comment. Do I Rick and Morty? Yes, I do Rick and Morty. I haven't seen the season 3 premiere though. I don't know why I haven't watched it yet, but I need to. But I do Rick and Morty. I love it quite a bit. So someone said that the mystery van is a rape van. Well, that person's a moron. How do you jerk off to an alien? Same way you jerk off to anything else. I mean, okay, look, here's the thing. Dudes' minds are hardwired to find sexuality in just about anything, right? Like this, for example, I can sit there, if this wasn't as hairy, kind of see it, all right? If I go like this, that right there could be maybe a really kind of half hairy snatch or something, or like a butt. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't as hairy, but it's like saying you could find just about anything and jerk off to it. So if an alien is remotely humanoid, or at least has decent breasts or an ass, I'm pretty sure you could fire off some knuckle children. So, okay, Kieran says he was fapping. I need to put it back on. Uh, what's my favorite animated movie? Probably. I don't have a favorite one, but I have many favorites that I love. Wreck-It Ralph is one of them. Finding Nemo. Just like fuck, Disney does so much good shit. But also South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut is ungodly amazing. You've also got Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs is also amazing. There's just a lot of really good shit. Although I haven't seen Sausage Party yet, so I'm behind the times on that one. So, oh god damn it, what is WIR cipher? I think you've said what is. I don't know what WIR. Oh, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Yeah, next year. That's right. That's right. Is that next year or is that this year? And I know it's like Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet or something. Do I want to play War Thunder? I don't have that one. All right, Veronica, thanks for coming in. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Yeah, Great Mouse Detective is a good movie, definitely. There's a lot of good animation out there. A lot of good animated movies. The DC animated films are really good. Marvel, even with Disney on their side, has yet to actually compete in that market outside of Big Hero 6. But Big Hero 6 was theatrical and not straight to DVD. The Dark Knight Returns. Oh God, that's 2.5 hours of awesome. I love The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and Part 2. That was so good. The Cow Lord says here, okay, let's say there are two sides to YouTube, the normal and weird. And right between, there's a line. And on that line, there's a gate, and you're the gatekeeper. I get what you're saying. I don't quite agree with what you're saying, only because I don't feel like I'm a gatekeeper for anything. I mean, like, I do look for kind of some of the crazier stories to talk about, which I like doing, and everything else. I do look for a bunch of those things. But there's a lot of other weird random shit on YouTube that I don't cover. And there's a lot of mainstream shit on YouTube that I don't cover. So it's very much a fine line, but I do get what you're saying. Monday Matt is more like the guy who peeks his head in the gate and brings us weird shit to see. Yeah, that could be something. I could see that. I could see that definitely. Wait, Rich made a video about roaches. What are you talking about? I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Mr. James Walkington. No, he says here, if you need another positive comment, I remember writing a PM to you in which I mentioned how I felt you were underestimating the potential of your channel. If only your past self could see you now. True. The past me would probably not visualize this right here. You know what I mean? Like the communicating with people, the daily, it being the job, it basically getting me into a house, like all of these things, it probably would not have foreseen. But I was also at such a different place at that time. Life has just kind of like just really gone this wild direction since then. And it's one that I'm super thankful for. I just wish that there were, what's the word I want to use here? I wish that there was like more stability at times is what I would feel. So let's see. Okay, PS4 roaches. What? Hold on. Reese, yes, this is my main source of income. So I used to have a job when I was in San Diego, and then I moved up here, and I was doing well enough to warrant to cover all my bills. I'm like, all right, screw it, I'm just gonna do that. And so I decided to come up here and become a full-time YouTuber when I moved up to Portland 2 years ago. And given what's happened, I have been looking into getting part-time work just to be on the safe side. But thankfully I've got some reserves that can kind of, float me a little bit. Not a great deal of time, but probably enough to try to work to see whether or not this stuff will bounce back. And if it starts bouncing back, then it's all good. If not, then I know, and I'm not like, oh God, what do I do? You know, I don't have to start giving like hand jobs for chump change at the bus stop or nothing like that. But yeah, this is my primary source of income. So you wouldn't be surprised if I become a phone sex operator or a cam dude. I would probably become a phone sex operator. I could do that. That wouldn't be a problem. You know, because it's not hard to do phone sex operation. I mean, although unfortunately it would probably be with dudes. I don't know many women that call into phone sex lines. I mean, I'm sure that they do, but at the same time, it's like it's probably rare. But dudes might call in, and then it's like, hi, my name is Bryce. What are you wearing? Ooh, loafers. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh, what is that? Is that a shawl? You like shawl? I don't know. I would have to really get into it in order to do it, and it would just be weird. So, phone sex Matt. Yeah, that's a YouTube channel waiting to happen. What do I think of Samurai Jack? I've never watched Samurai Jack. I get that question all the time. I've never watched it. Which magazine is more left-leaning, Variety or Hollywood Reporter? Probably Hollywood Reporter. How many dildos do you think you'd receive if a PO box? Probably a few. Probably a few dildos. I have to go to the post office and set that whole thing up too. So, do I remember when Femen ambushed Putin and he gave thumbs up? Yeah, I remember that. I think when that happened too, Putin was very surprised to be seeing a pair of tits. So that was that look on his face like, oh, I didn't have to pay for it this time or chain them up underneath the Kremlin. So, yeah, Carrot, I remember when I opened the sparkling water tonight. I got tea, so no sparkling water for me. That's good. We're good. It's fine. It's great. Oh yeah, Riley. Yeah, no, the Gamergate thing brought in a lot of people. She says that he says, I'm not too sure. That started watching when Gamergate was going on, and I got a lot of people who watch from Gamergate, so that's awesome. Yeah, Karnoff, I like the unsweet iced tea, man. So there we go. Can I put Bryce back on? No. Yeah. that could be something for like the vlog channel. Phone sex Matt. Yeah. This is Bryce. Allow me to massage your vulva with my voice. Which did Batman Superman better, the actual movie or Dark Knight Returns? Dark Knight Returns, clearly. Bryce would get demonetized. Yes, Bryce would get demonetized. Bryce versus the grill. Jesus Christ, that grill. I'm so glad that grill is gone. I'm trying to figure out like where I can do these streams outside. I need to like set up a light outside that would allow me to like, do all this stuff. It's a little cold out there still. When it gets into summer, I'll do outside stuff. Or nice nights, I'll do more outside stuff. And then I can sit out there and like, puff on my e-cigarette or my vape pen and then get paranoid about the things that are around me. So that could be fun. I'm sure people will like that, especially the Slender Grill gif that was making its way around Twitter in some circles, which I thought was pretty funny because that was a genuine reaction for me. Like, what the fuck was that thing? Fuck. So, you're mailing me an outdoor grill. Am I a grower or a shower? I'm definitely a grower. That will happen. So, Mr. Cassidy, it's not, no, I don't seriously vape. My vape pen is not full of nicotine, if you catch my drift. So, what good franchises were killed off early thanks to stupid decisions like what happened to Exo Squad? I'm not entirely sure what happened to Exo Squad. So, if you're, I don't know if you're referring to cartoons or TV shows or movies or what. Yeah, Hillbilly Hunt in the Hunt for Slender Grill. No, we could do that. We could do that. We could totally. I could sit there and get stoned, and then walk around the forest, of which I'm in one, and then try to find Bigfoot or a grill, while completely zonked out of my mind. Is that something you guys want to see? Is that something you want me to do to humiliate myself like that? Code Monkeys, yes, was killed way too early. Absolutely. How often do I smoke pan? Not much. Not much. I just started again, but it's only like every once in a while, and it's not like a lot. It's just like enough to kind of take the edge off, like a glass of wine. I don't drink wine, but I could take a couple puffs and be okay. So, is the swamp you live in butt rape incest levels of swamp? Yeah, I think so. It's pretty bad, right? Like down the road from me, there's a driveway, right? And you're driving down the road off the main road. So you're driving off like the pathway off the main road, and you get down to the bottom of this hill, and then you just see like these reflective markers on either side of the road, right? And then you see the road, and then on either side of the markers is basically nothing but swamp. It's just pure swamp, and as a result of that, like it's easy for cars to like fall off the edge of this thing, and that's something that like I live right by. So yes, it's entirely possible. Butt rape, or in butt rape levels of incest. So, well, what are my thoughts on the MCU after Infinity War? Infinity War, I don't know what they're going to do. I honestly feel with Infinity War, and they're hinting at this heavily, is it's going to basically reboot the entire MCU. Like, I think they're going to kill off Iron Man and Captain America, and anyone whose contracts are up for, that aren't being renewed. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to die, or get seriously just heavily fucking retired. But that's what I feel. I feel like a lot of people are going to die. And it does make sense. By the time Avengers Infinity War comes out, they will be at 22 movies. 22. That's a lot of fucking movies, right? And so they're going to have to cull the herd a little bit. Even though the movies make a lot of money, they're going to want to cull it a little bit in order to keep it going. But then again, they may not kill them off, but they may retire them and then recast them later on. But then again, they're going to have to wait a long time before recasting. Like you couldn't retire Robert Downey Jr. and then recast somebody else's Tony Stark. It's been 9 years since the first movie, but you're still not going to want to, do that for a solid 6-7 years. And so they're not going to do it. Not for a long while. So, Kingman Lau says there's got to be a limit for superhero movies soon. They keep making money and they keep getting better, then that's going to be that. So, who do I think is going to be taking over Captain America? Probably Falcon. I would say that Anthony Mackie would take on the role. But am I going to grow up my hair and become a hobbit? So let's see here. When are you going to grow your hair out and go full hillbilly hobbit? Probably never going to happen. I thought I was going to grow my hair out, believe it or not, like by a couple more months before VidCon. And then I realized that it just looks like shit. So I got a haircut while I was in Portland before going to the DP meetup. I think it looks better. I just got to shave this. I haven't done that in a couple days. Do it, Matt. No balls, become a hobbit. Yeah. So, am I going to grow dreadlocks? No. What's my best stoned face? Yeah. I'm kind of high. Maybe not the best, but serviceable. What do I think about the possible government shutdown over the border wall? It's going to blow up in Trump's fucking face if that happens. Trump is not going to get his wall, man. It's just not going to happen. Like, he just needs to walk away from that thing. Mexico ain't going to fucking pay for it. No one here wants to fucking pay for it. And holding the government hostage in order to get Congress to open up the funds to build the wall that nobody wants, but they claim that they want it, but they want it symbolically versus actual physical wall, is just ridiculous. Never mind the fact that what are they going to do? Are they going to run a wall through like, the river? That covers a lot. That kind of divides the country in lots of places. There's that. So Mexico will build their own wall to avoid getting the migrant back. They wouldn't build a wall. They would just have roving execution squads. That's how little life matters in Mexico. That's probably why they don't give a shit about the wall. We need cheap burritos. No wall. Yes, I agree. Cheap burritos are good. Fuck the walls. Minefields. Minefields could be an issue. Yeah. I mean, cheaper than a wall. Nicole, are you single? I feel like a joke is coming. Sorry. Secret love chat. Nicole, aren't you married? So you're not single. Mexico has a wall on its south border. Does it? Does Mexico have a wall on its south border? What's right there? Is that Guatemala? Is that what's right there? Move the border further south? Maybe. Let's see. No, I didn't see the creepy Bill Nye video from the Netflix thing. We need to build a wall on our north border. Yes, because those 35 million Canadians are such a fucking problem. Simple way to deal with the river. Moat with spikes. Sure. Just annex Mexico, Crimea style. I mean, it might happen. Who knows? I mean, if you want my honest opinion, here's what I think might happen. Okay, Mexico might come to the table and say, we'll pay for the wall. However, we need your help first, right? And Trump might be like, I'm listening. And then they might say, you bring the troops down and help us take out the cartels, which is a war that would take, oh, God knows how fucking long. But Trump, I could see Trump doing that. I could see Trump sending in U.S. troops into Mexico to eliminate the cartels. You know what I mean? Like, and it would just be like Iraq, but south of the fucking border. I could see that happening as just a way to like facilitate the wall's construction. But here's the thing. If Trump gets the wall built, let's say it happens. Okay, he says that the wall might cost $10 billion. Other people have argued that it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 to 50 billion. It gets built. The next president's going to come along, and the next president is going to tear down that wall. You know what I mean? Like that wall is not going to last longer than like 20 years at most. And even then, it's probably not even going to be built by the time Trump leaves office, simply because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be attacking the construction. And, a lot of fucking people are probably going to die working on it. And as a result, you're going to find fewer and fewer people that are going to be looking to fucking come on to get the money, which means that you're going to find a lot more, undocumented immigrants that are going to be probably working on that wall, who are going to easily just be taken out by their own people because like I said, the quality, the life is not precious down there at all. So no shortage of overseas contractors. They're not going to get overseas contractors, though. It's going to be people from Mexico. Drop the Moabs on cartels. The Moab only killed 36 people. So for the mother of all bombs, it really didn't do that much damage. If you want to take them out, listen, I don't condone the use of chemical weapons, but I feel like to me, that's either drop a hydrogen bomb that will just eliminate life but leave buildings intact, or drop chemical weapons, which do not drop chemical weapons. Because that is fucking horrible. Absolutely horrible. But it's like, otherwise, send in the CIA to take out cartel leaders and shit. The CIA's been trying to depose fucking warlords forever and shit, and also shady governments. They should be a bay of pigs for cartels. Well, you can't just nuke everybody, Jeeves. All right, I know you got to nuke something, so you nuke the whales. I get it, but at the same time, you don't want to nuke stuff. It destroys the world. Going in there with like a tactical team and then just eliminating the head of the snake, and then everyone else who tries to ascend to the throne probably could be your best course of action. So just send the Rock to deal with it. Absolutely. have Assad deal with the cartels for amnesty. I mean, really, that's the smart play there, is pitting the enemies against each other and then watching them fight it out and then just going in and wiping up who's left. No, Cal Lord, you should not turn the Middle East into glass. There's lots of good people in the Middle East that have done nothing wrong, that are part of this fucked up situation because of religion and society over there. And they don't deserve to die. They don't deserve to be killed. They've done nothing wrong. Sorry, Graydon, can't help it. So, neutron bombs. Really? I thought it was hydrogen bombs, but okay, cool, man. I could be wrong. So, ISIS on the border. You know what you do? This is what you do. All right. You okay. How many people are incarcerated in this country? A lot. All right. You affix all of them with collars, or no, collars with with bombs in them and shit, right? And you put it in there and you give them a gun. And you tell them, okay, here's your gun. We've dropped ammunition 10 clicks south. Your job is to sneak into Mexico and eliminate the cartels and go from there, right? And you get all the criminals that are like lifers and shit like that, death row people and whatever. And you tell them, like, look, if you survive and take out the cartels, we will remove the collars and you can stay in Mexico. You know what I mean? And then, of course, just send them down there. Like, fucking, it would be a real Suicide Squad. Because, like, what else do they have to lose? No, seriously, what else do they have to lose? They have nothing to lose. They're going to be, they go down there and they fucking fight. And then maybe they win. Or maybe they become part of the problem and then their collars explode. Either way, it becomes less of a burden on the American taxpayer. So, North Korea versus drug cartels? Sure. Why not? John Wick versus cartels? Yes. Yes. I would watch that in a heartbeat. Harambe will never be gone. I know. Peace be upon him. What do I think is Donald Trump's secret kink? Probably watching people pee on a bed. Maybe. I don't know. Do I think 2D animated movies should be made for theaters more often? Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. When Disney's like, we're doing a 2D hand-drawn movie, and it was Princess and the Frog, I'm like, fuck yeah, that movie was good too. But then there was that movie, that short film in front of Wreck-It Ralph, Paperman, which looked like it was hand-drawn, but it was actually computer programmed. So it's like, turn that into a shit, make it a movie. So, Shia is a Zionist POS. Is he? What do I think the next step is for Shia LaBeouf? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, if this particular exhibit finishes without being shut down by trolls, which I don't think is going to happen, but it could, then I think he will feel complete and he'll go away for a while. So, oh, hey, what's going on, Wizard of Cause? I didn't know you were here. What is it that you said? Yes, Nick, I'm a pervert. Deal with it. So, let's see. Shia is going to hang himself in the cabin. Shia is not Aaron Hernandez. Would I see Phantom of the Opera? Would I watch an anime version of Star Wars? I'd watch an anime version of Star Wars, sure. I'd see Phantom of the Opera. Yeah. It's a good play. Favorite kind of MILF? The kind that's got big boobs but doesn't look like they've been deflated from feeding children. Also soccer moms. And yoga moms. Yoga moms. Yeah. What about the island in the Pacific that keeps undermining our laws? Jesus fucking Christ. Moab them. Yeah, or Moab them. You're not going to be able to Moab the island of Hawaii, which is a state. So Jeff Sessions is a fucking idiot. Am I going to convert to Islam? Nah, I'm not going to convert to Islam. I don't really feel like I need to convert to Islam. No, I'm good. So I never saw the TIE Fighter short film, so I can't talk about that one. All right, TIE Fighter by Otaku77077. Okay. Will I convert to Judaism? No. Am I a part of Jediism? No. Although I that would be something I'd be into. Say the following. You want me to say Aloha Snack Bar? But you got to say it right. Because I heard you doing that last night on the YouTube Saints. Like you said, Allah something else, right? So it's like, Allah Snack Bar or Aloha Snack Bar. So there's that. Will I stream some of your old videos? I can't right now, Graydon. I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer. And I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys most of them. Wizard of Cause. I'm not going to say that on stream. So there's some, say some Scarface quotes. I say hello to my little friend. That's the only one I remember right now. Oh no, Life's a Pussy, Just Looking to Get Fucked. There's that one too. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm not a big Scarface fan. I feel the movie is horrifically overrated. I'm a big Brian De Palma fan. I love his work. Untouchables is one of the greatest things ever fucking conceived. But Scarface just didn't do it for me. I might need to watch it again now that I'm older, but I just did not care for it. Those kind of movies just never really kind of blew my skirt up. And so I need to watch it. And no, I'm not going to say the 14 words. Carrot, don't ask about the 14 words. I think Nate's trying to get some sound bites for the collab. Probably. Mr. Cassidy, I have the Blu-ray trilogy of The Godfather. I've never watched it. I bought it. I own it. I've never watched it. Quote Ferris Bueller. Oh, man. I just remember like, Dunkashane, darling, Dunkashane. Like, oh, what are you still doing here? It's over. Go home. There's that, that Ferris Bueller. He's a righteous dude. That's a good one. I like Ferris Bueller. That's a great movie. I was not allowed to watch that movie as a kid because my mom thought it would give me ideas of how to get out of school. Little did she know, I already had ideas. Did I see South Park's KFC version of Scarface? I'm pretty sure I did. I just don't remember it right now. I've heard of the Ned Flanders death metal band Oakley Dokley. I haven't heard of them, but I know of them. Quote an Amy Schumer stand-up. Okay, I can quote an Amy Schumer stand-up. Give me a second to get into character here, because you have to get into character. Let me take the glasses off. Let me just. Okay. Amy Schumer. I'm Amy Schumer. I'm Amy Schumer. I'm Amy Schumer. Leather special. Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer. My vagina. Thank you. Thank you. That's Amy Schumer in a fucking nutshell. That's pretty much what it is. It's Amy Schumer in a fucking nutshell. It's ridiculous shit. Fry Guy Zero, are ads working for me? It's iffy. Pornhub or RedTube? Pornhub, clearly. RedTube, way too many fucking intrusive ads. Pornhub, I think, actually tries to benefit society, even if it's through really weird things and also odd statistics. So there's that. Sing us your best rendition of Dayman. I don't know the full song. I just know the Dayman, ha ha ha, defender of the night, man, ha ha ha, champion of the sun, ha ha ha. I did see them perform that at Comic-Con in costume. All of them came out together in costume and performed Dayman in front of 6,500 people. That was fucking cool. That was pretty great. I do love that show, even though I haven't watched it in years. Although I've been watching Caitlin Olsen's new show, The Mick, and that's actually pretty fucking funny. Fun thing, Caitlin Olsen and I went to the same high school. We didn't go at the same time, but she did go to high school with my older cousins who knew her. So that's cool. Hometown girl makes good, right? Way more famous than anyone else come out of that high school yet. I'm still gunning for it. I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna find a way to do it. Spend 10 years on a hugely popular sitcom is what I'm gonna do. Cow Lord, I'm sorry, it's 2 a.m. So 3 Schumer, 3 Hitter. No. Nick, I'm not gonna say it. Bring Kraut in. What's Kraut gonna do? Is he gonna cry about it? No, fuck him. You're starting a Twitch stream where you react to my streams. It's a streamception. Cool, man. If I had a chance to kill a current comedian and replace with a dead one, who would it be? I would probably kill. I'd probably kill Amy Schumer and replace her with Mitch Hedberg. I know people are gonna be like, "What about George Carlin? What about like Sam Kinison? What about Chris Farley?" Man, Mitch Hedberg, man. Like, just that dude had like such a way of fucking cracking jokes. So, and I'd love to see more of that. Do I have a crush on Anita Sarkeesian? No, but I have respect for her, for what she's been able to accomplish. I find what she's been able to do interesting and fascinating. And I'm not lying. I'd love to sit down and like have a beer with her and like have a conversation about shit. I think with Anita, you have to understand what she's done, how she's done it, and everything else, and then kind of go from there. Hey, what's going on, Stacy? How are you, man? What about Bill Hicks? Bill Hicks is good, but give me Mitch, man. Yeah, I remember Mr. James Bloggington when Rachel Bloom used to be funny. I don't know what it was that happened with the Science March shit. That was just fucking pathetic. So, what about Robin Williams? Robin Williams was, you know, he didn't die before his prime. I feel like Mitch did. She's a metaphysical snake oil salesman. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not talking about what she says that's interesting. I don't give a fuck what she says is stupid. But the way she's been able to manipulate the community and manipulate people is fascinating to me. Very, very much like a snake oil salesman. Very much like Al Sharpton's done very similar things. And I find those people to be interesting for how they're able to manipulate the situation. So, why do you want me to say it's so bad? Can we trade Will Wheaton for River Phoenix? If fucking only. Why did I turn down being in the Sarkeesian Effect? I turned down being in the Sarkeesian Effect because my name and face wasn't out there. And I wasn't looking for that to be kind of my coming out, if you will. And that was actually the words Jordan Owen used when he pitched. He's like, this could be your coming out. And I'm all like, wrong phrasing. And also, no, I don't want that. I didn't want to be associated with it in that way. Yeah, that whole thing was a shit show. Would I go down on Randy Lee Harper covered in lard if your reward was me turning off my ad block? Well, Kraut, 95% of my audience comes from the United States. You being over there in Europe isn't really going to do much for me. So no, I would not go down on Randy Lee Harper covered in lard, which I'm assuming is just Randy Lee Harper on any other given day. So, do I believe Alex Jones is secretly Bill Hicks? No, I think Alex Jones is in a world of fucking hurt. So yeah. Oh yeah, no, Kraut and T and yeah, if I could do the bring in here, I'd bring him in. How much for a sex tape with Rich? There would never be a sex tape with Rich. I don't know. I am going to New York next year, so maybe that would be a thing. What's up with Alex Jones? Alex Jones is in getting a divorce. Apparently, he owes his wife $50,000 a month for the next 6 years, which is like $3 million. And, he's valued at quite a bit of money, but he still has to deal with all that. And that's going to be one of those things where it's like Alex Jones is not going to have a good time. Alex Jones is actually full CGI. Oh, man. I don't know if let's see here. Who the fuck needs 15K a month? Everyone needs 15K a month. It's 50K, 50K, not 15, 50. It's 50K. Duck poop, if my laugh is cringy, feel free to fuck off. So, why can't people just be nice to Jones? He's but a humble water filter merchant. Alex Jones is an interesting character too. Again, he's been able to manipulate the system, manipulate people's emotions, their fears, and play them against each other to profit. And you have to give him a little bit of credit there for being able to do that over the course of like 20 years. But it's kind of catching up with him now. And I think a lot of it has to do with like Pizzagate and this whole situation with his wife, because the Pizzagate lawsuit or threat of a lawsuit from James Alefantis very much would play in to what his wife is doing to him. So he's going to get in a lot of trouble. Alex Jones's best waifu, sure. What is Pizzagate? Oh, fuck, okay. Oh, god damn it. All right, so way back in November, beginning of November last year, WikiLeaks released the Podesta emails. And inside the Podesta emails was a very peculiar email from John Podesta that looked like it was in code. And when people went trying to decipher the code, they came across the FBI pro-pedophile secret code as well as secret symbols and things like that. Their symbology. And they ended up trying to make it all about John Podesta and basically Hillary Clinton being secret pedophiles running a secret child sex dungeon underneath a pizzeria named Comet Ping Pong in Washington, D.C. It got so heated, so fevered, so crazy that some guy by the name of Edgar Welch in December went to Comet Ping Pong with an assault rifle, fired off a round into the floor to get everyone out there, and then went searching for the secret child sex trafficking dungeon underneath the pizzeria that didn't fucking exist. But that didn't stop people on YouTube especially from making all these wild accusations and claims that it was legit, that it was real, that James Alefantis, the owner of Comet Ping Pong, John Podesta, Tony Podesta, Hillary Clinton were raping little kids. And it got bad. And there's one guy, and I want you guys to look this up too. I've mentioned this before, but look up Pizzagate Gear, the YouTuber, Pizzagate Gear. Look him up. He has pizzagategear.com and he sells fucking t-shirts. People were trying to profit off of this in a way that was not good. And it was only serving to hurt children who are currently in these situations, because sex trafficking exists. Child sex trafficking exists. It's a horrible thing. And unfortunately, too many people were believing that Pizzagate was kind of like the nexus of all of it. And if they cracked Pizzagate, they would save hundreds, if not thousands, tens of thousands of children. And they're just, I mean, their hearts are in the right place, don't get me wrong. But they're off their fucking rocker. So there's that. Hillary Clinton might rape kids or eat them. Nick, you want to have a round? I'm not gonna fucking give you a mod, so eat it. You. So imagine doing a story in algebra class that contains the words divorce, child support. What is that? Child support and water filters, and with the latter as x as the variable. That would be great. That would be great. So. Oh, whatever, Wizard of Oz. How am I making a massive mistake by not making you a mod? Again. So So I remember we had a conversation about an app that shall not be named, and you were like telling me isn't it crazy? Nothing got crazy. The chat's going just fine. Chat's going just fine. So I'm good. Thank you though. So what is the best console? PS4. Oh my God. Are the Young Turks failing? The Young Turks are protected by YouTube, so they're not doing what they could be doing, but they're definitely. I want them to like not die, but I want them to like pull their head out of their ass. And honestly, the biggest problem with that is Cenk Uygur. Cenk Uygur at this point has gone full blown regressive. And even if people who work there don't fully agree with them, they have no choice but to go along with it. And that is going to be the downfall of the Young Turks. But it won't be now. It will probably be in a couple years. So, yeah, okay, hold on. Cenk the Buffalo. I don't know that one. I don't know where that meme came from. So, what do I think of Jimmy Dore? I think he's definitely a spitter. That's for certain. And probably also a swallower. All right, good night, Cow Lord. Is Anna Kasparian the master of self-righteousness? Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. That whole I'm fucking better than you. Still one of my favorite things to come out of the election. Their whole reaction that night made me happy. Like if it was perfect to watch, because while I wasn't happy with the results either, I was very happy that they were just crumbling, like they just, their hope and their spirit was just crumbling as a result. But at the same time, Trump becoming president works well in their favor. All right, it works well in the favor of anyone out there who criticizes Trump to a left-leaning audience and exclusively criticizes Trump, because those people right now are seeing better ratings and they're making money fucking hand over fist. Jon Stewart once said when it came to the subject of Donald Trump running for president, and he responded with, well, if Donald Trump ran for president, it would buy me a new wing of my house. And it's not wrong. Colbert's numbers are up. Seth Meyers' numbers are up. Trevor Noah's numbers are up. The TYT has made a lot of money in donations to the point where they hired Shang, Talcum X King. It's just, there is money in that world right now. If played correctly, using manufacturing outrage for cash is something that a lot of people are able to do, and they've done it in this regard. So there is definitely that. Let's see. NPR is freaking out about Le Pen. I haven't listened to NPR in a while. Cenk doesn't deny the Armenian genocide anymore. He did for a while, and then he's kind of, well, I don't know if he doesn't deny it, but he definitely regards that it happened, just maybe not the name. But he's still a fucking idiot. Do I recommend starting a YouTube channel still? Absolutely. You may not make any money, but you can still do something with it that, allows you to maybe find some value or find something along those lines. But that's entirely up to you, man. So, I think you should definitely start one. Why don't they rebrand TYT under a new name? Because they're not going to. They don't feel they've done anything wrong. So, am I beach bod ready? No, I am not. No, I am not. Wish I was, but there's no beaches near here because it's cold. Mundane Matt versus Wizard of Oz at SummerSlam. Oh, you put... Please say that Rubin and Crowder are shit. Crowder is shit. Steven Crowder, Louder with Crowder, that entire organization is shit. When he went to South by Southwest dressed up like Cenk Uygur, I actually pitied Cenk Uygur. I was on Cenk's side. I'm he was the bigger man in that exchange, because Steven Crowder is just like, I'm a fucking... He tried pulling Alex Jones's stick, but nowhere near as funny. Nowhere near as fucking funny. And Dave Rubin I like, but I do feel he's becoming centered because it's profitable. I don't think he has an opinion on much anymore. I just think that he's talking to people, which is good, but I don't think he has much of an opinion. It's from what I've seen. I mean, I haven't caught up on everything recently. It's more about just kind of like letting the other side talk, and then like maybe kind of like semi agreeing with it. You know, him having Glenn Beck on there, and then calling, you know, trying to basically defend the whole Glenn Beck as part of the new center is just like asinine as fuck. So, well, okay, hold on, Wizard Cause. Why do you think that that Ruben is a feckless cunt who offers nothing to the discussion? I mean, I think he's playing the center role a bit too much, but I'd like to see him get back into it. But what would you like to see him do? He's pretty liberal with that plot. Very true. Well, who's he a sounding board for, or what is he a sounding board for? Like, you got to go into a bit more detail here. Is Milo going too far? Milo is I don't think going to have the impact that that he thinks he's going to have coming back. Everyone right now is fighting for UC Berkeley. That is like the epicenter of this shit right here. So Milo coming back, if a lot of the fucking Trump supporters show up and we get another repeat of what happened a couple weeks ago, that could be interesting. So we'll have to wait to see. Hold on. Yeah, I agree with you, Nick. I agree with you about Dave Rubin, seeing him actually offer some ideas. That'd be nice. Like, again, I feel like he has ideas, but he's been playing that centered road too much where it's like you're not getting them. So how old am I right now? 35. I feel fucking old as shit. Well, okay, hold on though, Nick. He says here, give Ruben a flat earther, and he'd say, well, that's interesting, say more. But that is his platform, though. That is his thing. He has said that he may not agree with people, but he gives them a platform to speak and lets them speak, and then lets their ideas speak for themselves. That is his mentality. That is his goal. I get what you're saying, but I think like he doesn't challenge people enough on their ideas. He just lets them kind of espouse their ideas. And maybe he does need to kind of step up and like push back on them to get them to like reinforce what they think with fact or with ideas versus just kind of like spouting rhetoric. So, am I the drink of a new generation? Not the drink, but I think we all are the seed of a new generation. Yeah, you're not wrong on that on that one, Nick. So, well, Alex Jones. Let's see. I don't think Ruben is a wannabe Bill Maher. I don't think so. So I don't think he's got that far yet. Type 2, if MundaneChats should be a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm a commentator, and I actually like to keep it separated like that. I feel like if I'm a journalist, then I almost am interjecting myself into something, versus standing back and then offering commentary and opinion. And I know like people want like us on YouTube to do journalist type stuff. Like, I don't look at the Young Turks as journalists because they're not seeking any kind of leads. They're not really following a story. They don't even really do any investigative work on their own. I would say I'm more of a journalist than the Young Turks. I at least Google shit. They just go, okay, what did the Wall Street Journal say? What did the New York Times say? Okay, cool. And I mean, not to say I'm any better in some respects, but sometimes I am. Sometimes. So, you know what, Nathan? If Alex Jones loses his son, he'll come back fucking harder than ever. Chipotle is good. Yeah, I agree. Chipotle is good. So are there any sports I do like? I like hockey. I like hockey. I like paintball, if that's considered a sport. I like bowling. Someone asked earlier if I would ever go on the Young Turks. I would go on the Young Turks, and I would bring it. I would bring my A game. I would fucking challenge them across the board on shit. I'd have to just know what we're talking about ahead of time and be really prepared with facts and statistics and shit. Something that that the Young Turks don't actually have. So thin or thick crust pizza. You know what? I actually like thin crust, believe it or not. So, hockey is not a sport. Are you seriously going to try to tell me that hockey is not a sport? Hockey is not a sport. No. No, you're wrong. people people from not from the East Coast shouldn't be asked about pizza. That's true. And people from the West Coast, people not from the West Coast shouldn't be asked about burritos. Well, I would take a big. They say I would take a big dump on the TYT table and declare it my home. Yeah, maybe. So, well, yes, Nick, you are correct. Dave does need to challenge people. I saw Dave speak. I'm sure you saw Jeff Holliday's video on it too. And Dave didn't really challenge a lot of ideas. It reinforced liberal ones is what I saw. But no one there was there to challenge the concept. No one, and that was one of my biggest takeaways from that was there wasn't, the thing I went to was a good speech, a good talk, but there wasn't any give or take really. It was very much just kind of an echo chamber, and that was a problem that I had with it. But that being said, I do feel that there's a lot that needs to be discussed in terms of this kind of shit. But yes, ideas and solutions have to come to the table first. So, yeah, you're not wrong about Dave having like people speak on air for him. He gets a lot of credit for, openly asking people for like interviews and whatnot on Twitter, especially engaging with the other side. But yeah, I get your point. I get your point about it. So, Toronto in general is a dumpster fire. Yes. When will Let's Play channels die out? As soon as they're not profitable, in any stretch of the imagination. Is dank vaping a sport? Maybe by the fucking 2020 Olympics or some shit. Hatred is a great game. Hatred is a good game. It's well made. It's just I thought about streaming Hatred actually on YouTube. I thought about streaming it because I still have it. So Friday the 13th comes out here pretty soon. I've got it I did kickstart it for PS4, and I'm also going to be getting early access on the PC and doing some videos and that shit. So when that happens, there will be lots of Friday the 13th streams. So we can play a lot of Friday the 13th together on either PC or on PS4. So if you guys are wanting to do that, then that's something to keep in mind out. So I very much think that's going to be a great fucking game. No, Kevin. Hatred's a game where it's like you kill homeless people and that's your med pack. Like that's how fucked up that game is. Mr. Cassidy, why don't you trust Patreon? Stacy, I do play Cards Against Humanity. I could set something like that up as well with other people for fun. So there's definitely that. Mundane Matt for president. No, I failed at running for governor of California. I probably would lose a presidential election. So you want me to 1v1 you in Doom? Hatred sucks. If I wanted murdering for fun, I play GTA. I don't know. I haven't played Outlast 2 yet, so I don't know how good that one is. Matt for CEO of YouTube. Yes. Totally would do that. Ace Attorney, I could probably get some YouTubers together to do something like that. Could be fun. Tony, I do play GTA. I need to reinstall it on my PS4. So there's that. So Postal greater than Hatred. Yeah, Postal was at least humorous in its approach. Hatred is like dark shit. So I don't have Arc, so I can't jump on Sargon server. What's my most recent game played? For Honor? Yeah. So let's see here. All right, 11:30. Yeah, my phone's actually almost dead. Probably should wrap this thing up. It's been on for a while. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Nick, DM me on Twitter. We'll figure out a time to continue our conversation about other people. So I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out. And I'll be back on probably tomorrow night because this is my home now and this is the kind of shit I enjoy doing. All right, guys. Peace.